Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Tua. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So out come the Texans in great starting field position. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, I think he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Room here to run. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 40 yards. And the Texans are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to pass. Tua. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Gets through and now an opening. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 60 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Back to Taylor on first down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 42. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's brought down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Kene Nwangu. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead. Now the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And they'll begin by running the option. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Leaping, and he taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Tua going to throw. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second and 11 now. Now Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking. On the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. Here's Madison getting it again on second. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Going to get it on the counter, and he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. 2. 2  2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Madison running left. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. From the gun, Haynes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a give to Madison. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On the handoff, it's Madison shedding through the defense. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Now it's Nwangu. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. On second down, this is Madison. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Here's Madison. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run with Madison. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Alexander Madison, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, here's Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From just shy of midfield, Tua. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down at 7. A final shot before break. Haynes. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up on Nick Bolton. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
On second down, here's Nwangu. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run again with Hunt. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Houston set to take over.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On the toss, here's Nwangu.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Haynes, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A huge play there for Houston. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it with Madison. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we're talking about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Handoff here to Nwangu. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Operating from the gun, Haynes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 8.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and he'll be brought down here at the 28.
97 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long distance.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Taken right around the 44. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
They'll go right back to the Wagyu. And he gets them a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Alexander Madison, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack on first down, Tua. This is the tight end Fant. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kareem Hunt. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he loses the football a second time. There he goes left side. The 30. 10. 5. And put it on the board. It's 6. A touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it goal line to goal line. 100 yards. And the Texans are able to strike. Quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And a ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be caught once again by Brown. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Tua. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Tua to throw. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Tua. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Texans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored,
defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
2nd and 8.
Another carry now for Madison. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Back to throw. Haynes.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw. Haynes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. A little too amped up there. Got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
Tagovailoa.
He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
2nd down at 4.
One final try for Tagovailoa. One last shot at the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. The kick is good, so I guess at least they can say it's a one-score game in the end, as 8 points will be the final margin. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous